We call ourselves primary healthcare practitioners, but I think we're always really secondary. Mom's primary.
When it comes to the littlest patients at Dr. Sam's Eye Care, Dr. Sam sees who really calls the shots. And when those little patients get their glasses,
it's thrilling. They put on their glasses. I've had kids, the classic is, wow, I never knew that there were leaves on the trees, and that's how they got on the ground. I had a kid one time who came back after just having had a pair of glasses fitted. Didn't know what telephone poles were. Didn't know why they were there. He'd never seen the wires before. That's pretty exciting.
And as exciting as it is, Dr. Sam knows who's ultimately responsible for those kids getting those glasses.
When it comes to kids, Mom makes the healthcare decisions. Mom wasn't educated in this, but she often knows what to do.
For common sense care and uncommonly sensible rates, Dr. Sam's Eye Care in Claremont on Dunning Street by Valley Regional Hospital. Major insurance plans accepted. Dr. Sam's Eye Care. Straight talk, better vision.
I like the way the commercial begins immediately. There's no setup, there's no introduction. As soon as the commercial begins, we are engaged in a conversation with that guy. Good choice of music, not because that particular piece is so good, but because everyone else uses either inane, blaring, generic rock music or some kind of nauseating, bland industrial music in the hopes that nobody notices. So I'm not criticizing the music, but I'm saying the reason I really like the music is not necessarily because it's great. It just wasn't crap. And if everyone else is doing crap and you do something else, you kind of stand out. Great segue from the announcer saying, and when the little kids put on their glasses, and Dr. Sam says, it's thrilling. And for me, that was the best moment of the commercial. Because for one thing, that was like the moment when I'm in the movie theater and something happens where I go, oh, okay, I think I'm going to like this movie. Kind of built confidence. Having said that, the first time the announcer speaks, he comes in a little too quickly. You need a little space to accentuate the big line of this commercial. The big line is, Mom is primary. And for me, the announcer came in a little bit too fast. We needed a buffer there so that the big line could sink in. It's clear that although you're selling eye care for children, your customer actually is Mom. And that's accurate and a very smart approach. So the first time you talk about Mom being the important decision maker, just an extra moment, a little pause might punctuate that. There's a line in there that bothers me. Mom wasn't educated in this. I like that. Good line. She wasn't educated in this, but I'm looking, trying to remember the exact phrase. Mom wasn't educated in this. And then it says, but she often knows what to do. Okay. And this is not necessarily irrational. She often doesn't know what to do bothers me. So it's like, okay, so Mom wasn't educated in this, and sometimes she gets lucky, and other times she's a moron. And that was kind of what I heard. So I would suggest either getting a stronger follow-up line or dumping the Mom wasn't educated in this. I really don't need I don't know that we need that line. But if you're going to keep the line, do something stronger to save it. I love the examples he gives. The examples are breathtaking in their simplicity. And I was watching you guys when he said something about the kid was seeing telephones for the first time. And you guys reacted. I've never heard that. In my entire life, I have never heard that. And I am sure that Dr. Sam was telling the truth. So he told the truth, but I had never heard it, and it's in a radio commercial. It made it really believable. I really like the announcer's dialogue. It was in real language. Dr. Sam knows who's ultimately responsible for those kids getting those glasses, as opposed to Dr. Sam knows that your children's eyes are of the utmost importance. That's Dr. Sam. I have a hunch there's a long backstory for this, but straight talk, better vision, I'm really not crazy about that slogan. I think, and that slogan might have been there before the copywriter came along. I think I understand the implication that Dr. Sam won't double talk you. He's a regular guy, just as he comes across here. But straight talk does not directly lead to better vision. There's really no correlation between straight talk and better vision, unless you're implying he cures dyslexia, I guess, and you can read better out loud. I do understand. The guy was talking straight. That's cool. That's the kind of person you want to go to as a physician or as an ophthalmologist, whatever he is. But there isn't really a connection between the two. And for this spot, I really think the closing callback, the very end, I think it should have been to Mom, because Mom was the star of this commercial, and we didn't get that. But otherwise, I don't think there's much disagreement in this room as to whether that, if you're going to say good spot, bad spot, I think probably everyone agrees that it's a good commercial.